Hello, folks, and we are live. There's nobody in the chat just now, so while it's quiet, I am going to share. So while it is all quiet, oh, we've got one. Can that one say hello, please? Let me know that you guys can hear me. I'm just sharing, so if I'm a wee bit quiet, it's difficult. See, when you're doing it yourself, it's difficult to share and keep an eye out in the chat. So if that one person can just say hello, that would be great, because then I would know. Hey, Eric. So you and me, Eric. So yeah, tonight, guys, it was supposed to be Hurricane Mitch, the final part. But Nick is having issues with the internet. Wayne is busy because it's his little boy's birthday today. So I just want to say happy birthday, Freddie. I hope you've had a good day, honey. I hope you've been spoiled something chronic. So I'm all by myself tonight, guys. So please bear with me. So I haven't even picked a subject in mind. So I'm just going to go down as many rabbit holes as I can. So please forgive me if the subjects are all variant. So has MD done their Christmas shopping? I'm finished. I'm finished, thank God. I'm so glad it's all over and done with. Well, I've actually, that's a lie. I've actually got a few things that I've got to get, but I'm not ill prepared, which is usually my norm. So I'm just still trying to share out. So Eric, how's Rita? How's her knees? Right. I think we're about there, guys. I think we are actually about there. So we've got 3, 4 in. Yay. So yeah, so Wayne's off. Nick's having internet issues. Rosie's a bit busy tonight. So I'm just really going to go down rabbit holes, I think. Hey, oh, I'm so glad that she's doing well. Really, so glad. Tell her I send my love. So yeah, so we're nearly at Christmas now. I know you guys are wondering what's going to be happening with the shows at Christmas. Well, my plans is that during Christmas and New Year I'm going to do 2 shows. So when the rest of the guys are having their time off, I'm not actually going to be having time off. If you want, Eric, if you want to come on, I mean, I'm quite happy doing the show myself, because it'll give me confidence, for when I have to date myself, come next week. So obviously we've got Christmas on the Monday. On the Thursday, I'll be doing the 2004 tsunami. Now, everybody can obviously remember that terrible time that happened, and the destruction that tsunami actually caused. And what I will be pointing out is about the hero. There was a hero during that 2004 tsunami, and it was a 10-year-old girl at the time. And Harry, I'm glad that your knee is okay. So yeah, it was a 10-year-old girl. So the 10-year-old girl basically had been learning about tsunamis, and she recognised that that obviously when the water was drawn back, that there was something coming ahead. So it was really, really interesting stuff. So if I can incorporate some of that, that would be good. Hello, my darling. I was just thinking about you the other day. I hope that you're all right, my love. Really hope that you're all right. I'm thinking of you always, and just always know that I'm here. So yeah, so I'll be doing that on the Friday of that next week. I will be doing a New Year special, which was which was recommended by one of the viewers who asked me if I was doing actually a New Year show. And I thought, why not? Because obviously I know how much the shows mean to people, especially at this time of year. Not many people have day to turn to. So if I can give someone that joy or that smile for even 2 minutes, then that to me is like the best thing ever. I'm sorry I'm not on the camera tonight, guys. I look so tired that it's unreal. So I'm having a night off the camera. So you've got the sign. So yeah, so just even for those people that don't have an update this time of year. So by doing the shows, if I can make at least one person happy, then I'm all good. I'm all good. So yeah, so that's the plan for that Thursday. The Friday, obviously, Bri came up with a really good suggestion, and his suggestion was doing a recap of 2023. So that'll be a good show as well. But we've got loads of topics coming next year, guys, especially for To the Grave and Back, because not only are we going to be looking at crime, we're also going to be looking at, like, obviously disasters, like Chernobyl, Titanic. There's other disasters that we will be covering, and obviously a lot of the natural disasters we'll be covering as well. And Nick was my inspiration when it came to picking obviously the natural disasters. I'm glad that you're doing better, Lauren. You've much love, my honey. That's going on from Texas. Hey, hey. Hi, Nicola. How you doing, love? I'm all on my own tonight, so I'm being a big girl because I'm going to have to get the big girl pants on next week. Excuse me, when I'm all by myself. So this will be great fun. The last time I actually did a show myself, guys, I was talking about Harold Shipman, and halfway through doing the Harold Shipman case, my voice actually became very, very broken, and you should have heard me. It was so funny. It was unreal. It was a case of, oh, my voice is going, and I'm trying to drink as much juice to try and get my voice back, but did it help? So that was all great fun. One hand from Gravenback. Yeah, exactly, Rita. That's my hand. That's my hand of help me, help me. But yeah, so that's big plans. I mean, I've got big plans coming for the shows next year. So next year, this year between with obviously Frighteners, you've seen a lot of guests being on. But next year, I'm cutting that kind of down for Frighteners, but having a guest once a month. So if there's any guests that you would like to see coming back, please comment. Please give me a PM. If there was anybody in particular that you enjoyed that you would like back, please do. So kind of as well tonight, I'll do why can't we see? I look rough, but I'll come on, right? But I look rough, right? I do honestly look rough. I look like I've been dragged through the bush about 30 times. So what I would say, guys, is definitely next year we will have got big plans. Some of the subjects that we will be talking about. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to steer it away from well-known serial killers, because there's a lot of the serial killers, guys, everybody sees them on true crime. So I'm trying to look at the aspect of different. Oh, thank you very much, Nicola. I don't feel it really. Oh, you're after something, Mr. Thompson. So I'm trying to steer away from the well-known colours, and looking at maybe ones next year that are not so well known, because I think that's nice as well to look at, obviously, different colours but not ones that are so as well known. So that's obviously the plans for to the Graven back next year. Um, and also I might actually, thanks very much, Lauren. Honestly, my hair just looks, and do you know, no matter how much I brush my hair and straighten my hair, it just goes back into that big ball, and I'm just like, oh my lord. Um, Frighteners as well, as I said, we've got a lot of subjects coming on there as well, and it's been a really quick year. I don't know how you guys feel, but I feel like it's just been a really, really quick year. And obviously, we're 2 weeks away from being into 2024. Now, here's the thing, we all do New Year's resolutions. Do we stick to them? I try and stick to my New Year's resolution. Like I keep saying to myself, I'll stop swearing, and it's just not going to happen. I think it becomes 1 minute after 12 into the first, and it's like, fuck. So definitely that's really that's what I'll be doing. I'll be having a quiet year and Christmas. What's everybody doing for their Christmas? So yeah, Nick is still going to try and reconnect. So Nick might be in tonight, he might not be. I'm let my hair go grey. I'm going to call them my wisdom. Listen, there's nothing wrong with grey hair. That's what I keep saying to my partner, because his hair's gone grey, and I keep calling him Silver Fox. Don't think he appreciates it, but grey's the new fashion now, Lauren. Have you seen some of the colours that these people go through their hair? If I wasn't so pale skin, I think I would go for the grey kind of look, because I'm so pale skin. Hey Laura, how you doing? Because I'm obviously so pale skin, I just wouldn't suit that colour. I think that colour would be horrid. I start my Christmas and New Year rota tomorrow. I'm working it on Nicola. That's not so good, honey. Hopefully it's a quick shift. I hope it's no too long a shift. I hope it's no like 12 hours. I can remember having to do 12 hours at New Year, and it's just, it's even worse. See when the clocks go forward and you've got that extra hour. Oh my god, that 13-hour shift can be a killer. So yeah, so we're still waiting for Nick. If he doesn't appear, I'm sure we will do. I felt so sorry for Wayne last week, because obviously we didn't do the show last week, and because I had connection issues to the StreamYard. So Nick was busy last week, so I couldn't get on. And poor Wayne had studied Tesla and had been watching videos. So he was like, and I was like, I'm so sorry, I will make it up to you. Nice 12-hour shift on days. Oh, honey, there's nothing worse than a 12-hour shift. Hopefully it will go quick as. Love the hair, looks good. Thanks, Laura. Honestly, I haven't even done much to be fair. I think the problem is, when I wash my hair, I actually don't dry it, so it just goes, and it's murder. So definitely, it's what I'll do, Eric, is I'll drop you the link to come on. So we'll have our Eric on. Poor man never gets a night off. So I'll send the link, because we could talk about Eric's REM pods. I like your hair short like that. Do you know, actually, I like it myself, Nicola. I've tried long hair. I have tried and I've tried and I've tried. And what I've found with my long hair is it reaches a certain point of growth and then it'll start getting tangled. Now, it's not because I'm not looking after it. It's just how it goes and it frustrates me. And then my hair starts to fall out. So it's like I could have hair like this length. So I just thought the last time, I thought, do you know what? I'll go for it. I'll go short, see how it goes. Eric is brilliant. He is. His confidence is growing so bigly. And here he is.
Oh,
hello, young man.
Hi.
Hello. So how's the REM pod business going?
Slow, but it's going.
That's good. That's absolutely good. At least you're getting there. So for people that don't obviously know Eric, he does REM pods. He builds REM pods. He's very kindly done one for myself, and I think he's done the whole one for the whole Simply Spooky team.
Pretty much. Everybody.
Pretty much.
Or Nick and Ian that didn't want one, so.
Oh, well, they've missed it. Nick's having issues tonight, and Wayne's, it's Wayne's boy's birthday tonight. So that's been him celebrating. And Nick's having issues trying to get on. Hi, Nicola says, hi Eric, nice to see you again. So yeah, so how's your show going?
It's going good. It's, just meeting Viv and Dan and Mark when he wants to come on, but.
Nicola says, I'll have theirs, Eric.
Man.
She wants theirs. With pleasure. With pleasure. They poor boys are missing out. But yeah, you all set for Christmas?
Yeah, but we're not doing anything. My mom's taking care of my dad yet, and he's still in the nursing home. So.
Oh, no.
But I already had mine early, so.
Oh, wow. What is how's Rita on her knees?
Good.
Hey, Rita.
Just icing my knee up right now.
Oh, you better be. But yeah, so obviously I'm gutted I missed the favourite serial killer the other night. Stuff came up with the family, so but I was gutted to miss that one because that one I was really looking forward to. Obviously the favourite serial killer, and that's what I was just saying to everybody is that next year I'm not going to look at well-known ones. Yeah. I'm going to tend to pull away and look at different ones that obviously not many people's heard of, because when people see it on the telly all the time, you're seeing the likes of Ted Bundy, you're seeing Jeffrey Dahmer, you're seeing John Wayne Gacy, you're seeing them everywhere, and then you're getting the likes of Netflix, no Netflix, but people that are creating TV series about them, like obviously the famous one that everybody knows is Dahmer.
Yep.
Hey, Viv, I hijacked Eric tonight because the boys, well, Wayne's busy, Nick can't get on because of connection issues, so I've hijacked Eric tonight. But I'm gutted that obviously I missed that show because, as I said, it's one of my favourite topics.
Yeah, I know.
With the exception, obviously, there was a Great Russian one that was a cannibal. Yep. Definitely. I need to look at that one, Viv, definitely. But as I said, next year it's just trying to look at other cases, see other cases that are not well known. Because as I said, I discovered a lot when I read a book by Jason Neal, and he looked at different killers that I had never heard of before. It's ironic.
I know there's a little known one. He's called a Doodler that was here.
Oh, you need to tell us about that, Eric.
I don't know much about it. I just read it when I was going through a list of serial killers that have never been caught. You know, like, well, obviously the big famous one is Jack the Ripper's never been caught, apparently. Doodler. Oh, there's several of them. I can't remember their names right now.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many, Eric. I mean, there's so many when you look back in history. But DNA wasn't as good back then. They didn't have how far advanced it is now. It's amazing what you can do now with DNA. It's amazing how you can track killers, you know, through IPs, through DNA, through fingerprints and things like that. It's amazing the amount that can do. Hello, Alison. How you doing, love?
I know famous one in Scotland that they lived in a cave and they used to kill people.
Sonny Bean.
Is that what it is?
Is that the one with the cannibal?
Yeah, I think so.
So, Sonny Bean. Sonny Bean's a really good one. That's a good story. That's a really interesting one. Is Sonny Bean good? I'm all set for Christmas. I'm looking forward to Christmas. Hi, Sarah Louise. In fact, you're just in time, Sarah Louise, because funny enough, you've just missed me saying, I'm taking you up on your suggestion of doing a New Year show, a pre-New Year. So next Thursday, I will be doing the 2004 tsunami. On the Friday, me and Bri are doing a recap of 2023. We're going to look at our highs, our lows, and we're going to look at obviously pretty much. I knew that would make you happy, Sarah Louise. I just love Sarah Louise. I think she's brilliant.
Yeah, we do.
But it's about looking at, I mean, the highs and the lows. I mean, it's been a really quick year, and I must say, Eric, you know, from where you were to where you are now, your confidence is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still a little shy on talking by myself, and it's really hard to go on by myself like you just did a little while ago, but...
Do you know what it is? It is quite hard. See, when you are yourself, and it can be quite daunting. But I've just learned that, you know what, I'm going to grab it by the balls, and be like, you know what, I'm going to do this. And sometimes it can get draining because your throat drains. That's what I was just saying. When I did Harold Shipman and I done a full hour myself, and I think we were about 30 minutes in, 35 minutes in when my voice broke, and seriously, it was hilarious. Towards the ending, I couldn't even read the comments. I just put them up on the screen.
Yeah,
I was like that. Read. Definitely loads of highs. Definitely Sarah Louise without a doubt. I mean, I would, if I had to say, but I honestly never thought I would have shows myself. I always thought, oh, I'm quite happy where I am. And then obviously it does, and your confidence will boost. Good for you, Lois. I have a knack for that. Yeah, definitely. And I've got you to thank, Vivian. Definitely. You to thank without a doubt. Eric, we love you on the show. You're brilliant.
Thank you.
See, you've got your own fan base.
Yep.
So we definitely need to get a calendar for Eric. We're getting a calendar for Nick and a calendar for Eric.
Jeez.
That's where we make up loads of pictures of you.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'd obviously carried on with Nick and said to Nick that I'm going to get calendars made up of them and sell them. Definitely love Eric. See, there you go. I just consider, do you know what I consider when I do my podcast? see when you get your regulars coming in, I feel like I work in a pub. I don't
Yeah.
even see it in podcasting. It's like working in a pub, having your regulars.
Well, it's fun having them in too, especially when people can interact with you at the same level that you're interacting with them.
Oh God, I always said that in my podcast when I wanted to do podcasting was I want to interact with everybody and make them feel like they're being listened to. They're getting interacted with, have a laugh with them, banter with them. And
Yeah.
see when you get to know your regulars and get to know, right, what can I say and what can I not say,
Yeah.
then it just becomes to flow. I mean, gosh, I don't know how many times I've gave it to folk in the chat and they've
Mm.
gave me it back.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's known that rapport that you've got with your regulars.
Mm.
Rita, I'm not sending you a case of Iron Brew.
Oh, come on. I fell in love with it when I first had it, so now I gotta have it more.
Oh, so I take it you fell in love with the old Iron Brew.
I did.
I mean, the 1901 is like the old stuff. And obviously now we've got like the year stuff, but that was due to one chef
Yeah.
um, that ruined basically the Iron Brew. Said he wanted the recipe changed
Mm.
because of all the sugar and it was just such a palaver. Just such a palaver.
Yeah,
Um,
good about what I've heard, because I've done a lot of studying on Scotland, obviously, because I want to
yeah.
go. That it's all natural foods over there. There's no added preservatives or stuff like that. So
Oh God, aye. Lois, he's had both. Eric and Rita's been spoiled, yeah, when you sent them the box. Hey Bonnie, long time no see. Hope you're well, love. Thanks very much, Nicola. Um, Sarah Louise says it makes it more human, not just being told this is the start and end. There's interaction. Definitely. And see when you guys chime in, and it's amazing that the amount of times that maybe I don't know something, and
mm.
you guys pop up with the answer and say, this is the answer. It's great. I love it. Sarah Louise hopes that Rita's doing well.
She's doing good. She's getting along with her exercises and be able to move. I still have to help her a bit, but not so bad.
Oh, wait till the day she's going out disco dancing. She'll be dragging you round that room, swinging you in about.
This is the whole reason why we're doing this, so she can go to the UK and walk around without me. So
Yeah, there is. I mean, there is a lot of good places that you guys need to check out in the UK. You've got obviously Edinburgh Castle. You've actually got quite a lot of castles actually in Scotland. But then there's a lot of places that if you're not going ghost hunting, but you're going like wanting to go to the beach or something like that, it's really, really good. Hey, popping off now. Got so much to do tonight. Much love to you both and Rita. And bye, Viv. If I don't speak to you beforehand, you, Andy, and John and your family have a good Christmas, love. But yeah, without a doubt, there is a lot to do in Scotland and England. You've got a lot of good things in England as well. I'd say more England than Scotland, but hey ho. Aye, Nicola, without a doubt, that's what it's about. It's about helping each other, and it's great when we have that interaction. But yeah, so when does your show with Grizzly start?
oh, we did a couple shows, but I don't think we're gonna have Grizz is gonna have time for me because he is so busy doing his own thing. But he does some awesome shows though.
Yeah, he does like demonology and things like that, and UFOs.
Cryptid demonology. He does his haunted dolls, which are very haunted.
Oh God, well that's good. It's good. You should. I've always said you should do a show about you building REM pods and things like that. It'll be like one of the. Can you remember that TV show, Home Improvement?
Yep.
Yep.
Well, it could be. You could be like Tom. You could be like Tim Allen. You
Yeah.
could be doing your fixing.
Since I'm just figuring it out myself, it's kind of hard to show somebody else how to do it. Because I'm like, okay, when I make something, I make it like, okay, what do I want it to do? If I put this on it, will that work? You know, type of thing. So.
Oh God! Do you know what? I always say anybody who makes stuff by hand is so much better than myself. Because I couldn't sit and like. Don't get me wrong. I like to draw and I love drawing, but when it comes to like making things, like I couldn't sit like use guys and make like REM pods and other equipment like that. Takes somebody extra special to do that.
Well, it takes curiosity. For me, it was the fact that I have attention deficit disorder, and I really, really needed to learn and know how it was made. So,
Without a doubt. 2 minutes, Eric. In fact, tell everybody about what else you built.
well, I built a music box just recently, and then I'm doing a Bigfoot for Dan. So,
Sorry about that. That was Nick getting back to me. Unfortunately, Nick's not going to be able to do the show tonight. But we will get the presentation done definitely after New Year. But again, I mean, there'll be so much that you probably will be able to build, Eric. You know,
I'm gonna try to look into quantum mechanics later on, but I gotta get there first.
oh God, aye. Wait till you start building your own stuff and you come up with your ideas and without a doubt. Nicholas says I've watched a few of his shows, they're good and crazy, but I love it.
Yeah.
I hope Nick is okay. Nick is absolutely fine. He's having connection issues. And then obviously he'll not be on tonight, so it'll just be me and Eric tonight. I've watched a few. I've done a couple of Grizzly shows. In fact, I've done one or two Grizzly shows. But yeah, I mean the amount of podcasts that he does, it's like wow.
Yeah, and he's going on a big trip next year, so I don't know if he's gonna have time for a lot of stuff. So
Aye. Christ, I think I'm at my limit with obviously doing Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Don't get me wrong, I can always fit in one more, but I try not to push the limit.
no, because when I get over there, you're gonna be busy all the time. So
That's it. I've got my work cut out for me, definitely. But I do counter cross stitching and rubber stamps. Oh, Rita. Do you know it's one thing that sorry, love.
Oh no, Rita's good at that stuff. She really is.
See the cross stitching, do you know it's a thing I can never ever do. I was never ever good at home economics when it came to sewing. And then my gran, she used to knit. My gran used to be a really, really good knitter. And she tried to get me into knitting. And my God, I couldn't see with all the, the hand and eye coordination and trying to put the wool over and pull it through. And yeah, basically, yeah, that's what Lois can't do. Can't have too much, Lois. That exactly, Sarah Louise. Exactly. But yeah.
Well, I know you said to me, and I wanted to talk to you about this, and you know I've talked to you about this before, that you said that you're sick and tired of seeing castles, but wait until I get there. You're going to enjoy them a lot more than you think.
Yeah. Do you know what it is, Eric? See, when you've done one
Yeah.
And then you do like loads more. Don't get me wrong, there are beautiful, beautiful places, and I have been in some really cracking castles, and they're beautiful. But I don't know if it's the fact that I've got a fascination. There's two things in the paranormal I've got a fascination with:
Mm.
churches and mental hospitals.
Yeah.
That's the two ones that I'm really quite taken with. Churches, because I've never ever actually ever investigated a church, and
Really?
it's something that I would really really love to do. And but the problem is try to get people to say aye to
Yeah.
help you, because I think when you phone some places, I think they think at first it's prank calls.
Mm.
So that it's that way of, are you actually being serious? And you're like, well, yeah, I'm a paranormal investigator. But I've always wanted to come to America because I want to see for myself, like, how haunted some of these places in America can be. And I can only imagine that they will be extremely haunted.
Well, there's some. I mean, that's not as much as over there because you got so much longer history than we do here. But then, as soon as you go back to past the 1700s or before the 1700s, you got the Indian burial mounds and the cryptids attached to
Yeah.
that, everything else. So,
Oh God. The the thing that's always fascinated me is just the mental hospitals over in America. I watched that 28 Days Haunted
yep.
with Shane Pittman, and I'm not, as everybody knows, I'm not one for ghost shows.
Mm.
I don't watch many. I haven't even watched the one with Ryan O'Neill,
Oh,
the Spooky Scotland.
I have.
Um, I've not watched that. I really should, but I watched 28 Days Haunted,
Mm.
and I very much liked some of the locations that these guys had.
Mm.
In particular, my favourite one was when it was Brandy, the medium, and
Mm.
I think it's Germany. I can't even say that word. Jeremy, the Exodus guy, the priest
Oh,
guy,
yeah.
um, and I liked the fact that they had the Charles Lawson. They were exploring the place that used to be Charles Lawson's house.
Mhm.
And for people that don't know about the Lawsons, I will cover this next year. Is the Lawson family is the gentleman who killed his family, and it's said that he had an incest relationship with his daughter, hence why he killed the family. But they explored his house, what said his house, and I just thought, oh my god, I would love to be there.
There's a couple. I want to go to Woodland Hills next year. I want to go to
Waverly House. Oh
uh,
wow.
state penitentiary, and I'd like to find out. I'm going to do some searching and find out if it's even possible to get into the old Winchester Mansion.
That's actually pretty good choices.
Mm.
Waverley Sanatorium, oh my god. I can't remember if you watched the show, but me and Nick had Ernie Pack on,
Mm.
and it was a Friday night because I can remember it, and it was talking about saving the Waverley House Sanatorium, and uh, Nick was telling me how big the place actually is
That's
and
huge.
how much it's huge. And I'm like that. Oh my god, I would just love to spend a week in there.
I wish you could come over to America and do that. That'd be neat. I'd like to take you through the body shoot.
Oh, that would be awesome. In fact, I've always said I wanted to come, and this was before I made any friends in America. But now that I've made friends, Um, I love tornadoes. I'm not going to lie. I would love to go tornado chasing
Mm-hmm.
and obviously paranormal investigation. But I've always felt heavily connected to the States. And I don't know why, but I've always felt heavily connected to the States.
I don't know why either, unless it was a past life type of thing.
Well, that's what I'm actually beginning to think, that maybe I've had a past life in the States. And
Yeah.
that's why I'm this American daft.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of, obviously, it's even the same as Americans. Americans love Scottish, and I don't even know why. It's weird. It's quite, and see when you actually look at some people that have done their ancestry. Now, I would love. I'm making a point of doing this next year, but I would love to do the ancestry because I'm absolutely curious what it will show up. But the amount of Americans that I've seen that have Scottish in them is unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, mine's different. I'm not Scottish one bit, and I still want to be there. So.
Uh, well, look at when Dan done his.
Mm-hmm.
That was hilarious. Yeah, I think it's a Celtic connection. It could be Sarah Louise. It could be. But I've always said I would love to try that ancestry without a shadow of a doubt. Because I joked with Nick and I said to Nick, I said, how funny would it be if I had something like Russian or German?
Could be. We have German and Irish on our side, and my sister's hair is as red as yours. So.
Well, funny enough, I always said, right, I'm sure somewhere in the line I've got Italian
Could be. Could
because
be part.
I've got a temper like an Italian.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that qualifies as Italian, but hey ho.
Because Irish and German are both really temperamental people, and
Oh God. So they say. I, but yeah, that's definitely an interesting thing to do. It's amazing your family tree as well. I can always remember reading that somebody did their family tree and they traced it back and they traced it back to the fact that they had Jack the Ripper.
oh, that's cool.
And I'm just like, wowie. But knowing Malik, I would love to know who like I had as family. It's an interesting. I think it's an interesting thing that you can connect your family tree.
Yeah, I love it, but I don't see my original family because I'm adopted to begin with. So I only met my birth mother when I was 27 years old. So
Sorry for that, honey.
no, that's all right. I'm glad I was adopted. I got into a really nice family.
Well, what couldn't you ask for any more than that, honey?
Can't. That's one of the only reasons why I'm able to come. We're going to be able to afford to come over to the UK soon. So
Well, look at the bright side. Um, you know what? At least you were happy, and that's the main thing.
mm,
When Jack was a kid, was he called Jack the Nipper? I love that, Sarah Louise.
we jokes like that for the last 3 days that I've seen her on. She's funny as can be.
Oh, Sarah Louise is brilliant. I just love her. She's awesome. I love all my regulars. Um, but Sarah Louise does crack me up. In fact, Sarah Louise, you should watch. If like your sense of humour,
Mm,
there's Australian guys Australian people that did. I think it's Yes Mad TV, and it's like they tell dad jokes,
yeah.
and whoever laughs, they have to take a shot of alcohol. It's so funny. Some of the jokes are a bit quite to the bar, but some of them you just can't help but laugh.
Well, there's got to be a whole bunch of shows that I'm missing that are on regular TV there and not here. So,
Believe it or not, right?
mm,
I'm quite jealous of you, America's Netflix,
yeah,
because you've got all the good programs on on American Netflix. When you look at British Netflix, my partner, he cancelled it because it was just turning rubbish.
really.
So many things that they were bringing on, and they were taking good programs out and putting me at, and it was just a blabber. But I've looked at American Netflix and I'm quite jealous of what you guys get,
Hmm.
because you get all the good programs. Like, obviously it might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I like keeping up the appearances. I
Yep.
know you can get that on American Netflix. And it's all the old programs. Because I'm quite old fashioned. I like my old programs. Like Steptoe's Son and Dad's Army and
Yep.
Father Ted.
I binge watched Keeping Up Appearances and Mr. Bean and
Oh,
um,
Mr. Bean's funny. It's so funny.
I wish he would do it.
Um, you wished, yeah, he would do more. Do you know if you like Mr. Bean? If you like the actor, if you ever seen Blackadder?
Yep. I watched all Blackadder with him on it, and I watched The Thin Blue Line with him on it.
The Thin Blue Line was really, really good. It was really good. He's definitely see another program that he did, and it was actually really good that Ron Atkinson did. Not the 9 o'clock news. He did it with Mel Smith and Griff Rhys Jones.
Okay.
It's actually quite funny. I like Mel Smith, heaven forbid he passed away, but he was a great comedian. Him and Griff Rhys Jones together are funny as.
Huh. Wow.
I'll send you the link
Yeah.
to watch not the 9 o'clock news. In fact, I'll do it now because you know what my brain's like. I'll tell you that I'll do it and then I'll forget.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely brutal. Um, not the 9 o'clock news. Then it is. I'll send that to you the now, my love. But see, sometimes the old. Do you know what I was watching the other night?
Mm.
And I was I was disappointed actually. I watched Die Hard 1, 2, 3. I watched all the Die Hards, right? And I
Yeah.
was very, very disappointed with the 4.0. I didn't like that one.
Really?
I couldn't get into it. Really couldn't get into it. But see, the last Die Hard, I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And I love the first, second, and third. Porridge is brilliant. Porridge is so funny. See the first episode. Oh, when the doctor says to Fletcher, "Are you a practicing homosexual?" He says, "With these feet." It's so funny.
Yeah.
You should watch it. Porridge is another good one, Eric.
But I watched what was I just thinking in my head? Oh, can't remember the name of the show now. Oh, all the original Doctor Who's.
Oh, Doctor Who's. Do you know my uncle when he was alive? He was Doctor Who daft. He loved Doctor Who.
Yeah, it was,
Um, to be fair, uh, it's not a program that I could really get into. Was Doctor Who?
yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I've seen it. I've
Mm,
watched it. I've watched no the used ones. But when it was Tom Baker
yeah.
with the Daleks,
Mm,
I can always remember watching that, but I had no choice because my uncle basically forced us to watch it, so it was bullshit. Oh, hello. I wasn't expecting to see you tonight. There was me wishing your boy a happy birthday.
I did say that if I got the time, I would pop in and say hello.
Nice.
Oh, hello. So Eric so kindly came and rescued a sister. But we were talking about old programmes. In fact, that actually reminds me, because I've seen your face now. know how we were meant to do Tesla, right?
Yes.
I was sitting watching YouTube the other day, and I watch different YouTubers who debunk certain things.
Mm.
And lo and behold, right? I get the title of the YouTube video and I'll send it to you, which is so funny because I couldn't actually believe what I was actually seeing. 2 seconds.
He was supposedly responsible for quite a lot of weird stuff.
Really?
Well, this is the most funniest thing I've actually read ever. And this was a guy who there's a guy called Creaky Blinder, right? And for people that don't know who Creaky Blinder is, Creaky Blinder's a YouTuber who debunks flat earth and different topics. Now wait now to hear this one. This one will kill you off. My jaw dropped when I watched a bit of this. I didn't watch it all because the guy was annoying me. But there's a guy who says that Tesla Cybertruck proves God is real. I'll send you it.
That'd be interesting.
And I just thought, how ironic is that? We were funny enough going to do Tesla, and that came up. And I was like, oh my God, I need to send that to Wayne.
Yeah, I think it's because there are a lot of people out there that now are looking at Tesla's work, and they're looking at the numbers behind it, and the 3 numbers were 369.
Yeah.
And then they were linking that to the references in the Bible to the numbers 369. So that's where they're trying to link everything that Tesla has done to the Bible, and the fact that Tesla did some really bizarre things that most normal people wouldn't have done, like giving away a $12.5 million business. You know, he literally wouldn't take the royalties worth $12.5 million from a business, and you know, anybody. You know, he died destitute. He had no money to his name. Whereas if he'd have taken the royalties, he would have been living the life of Riley, and he wouldn't have died poor. But it wasn't what he was interested. He wanted to know things that you know, we wanted the world to know that there was stuff there that would benefit mankind free of charge. And as we all know, once he died, all of his stuff disappeared.
Sarah Louise says, British shows never seem to be as good when they make them. American, like Shameless, the UK version's brilliant, but not a fan of the American version. No, I know what you mean.
The Office
some of them,
the
I couldn't really get into The Office. Mm.
No, Ricky Gervais's humour is very, as we call it, Marmite. Yeah. You either like it or you hate it.
Well, I'm going to be really honest. I don't like Ricky Gervais. I just don't find him funny. I don't. He's annoying. He's like that pimple in your arse that you can't get rid of. But I love Jimmy Carr. I love Jimmy Carr.
He's the one with that weird laugh, isn't he?
Yeah. Aye, and it's the one that does the head bobbing. But I love Sean Locke. Sean Locke's better. See his sense of humour when he was alive. Oh my God.
Yeah, he died this year, didn't he? Was it this year?
He died of cancer. No, last year he died of cancer. And do you know what? He was a trooper right up to the end.
Yeah.
Right up to the end, he was an absolute trooper. Bye, Alison. Vaughn says, hope Freddie had a good day.
Yes, he did. He had a bit of a sensory overload. I think it was all the excitement of everything. It sort of got a little bit too much for him, and he ended up sort of cocooned in
Hey, Terry Poo Willies.
He was cocooned in a duvet by the front door and decided to relax and just chill out with his tablet away from everybody. We just got back from doing a Christmas light walk, so we've just walked around our estate looking at all the Christmas lights. We've literally got them all off to bed now, and they're all tucked up and going to sleep.
No, and then you're stuck with me. Ha 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 ha. Hey, Ellen, what do you think about? What do you think about Sam winning the jungle?
I personally think Danny O'Harrell should have won, but you know.
I was going for Nigel Farage myself.
When they announced the winner, I was so angry, and I stormed in here, and I was just annoyed.
Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine. But Vaughn says, "Oh, bless him." But no, definitely. I just thought I had to share that with you with that Tesla, because as soon as that came up, I went, "Holy shit!" I was like, "I need to send that to Wayne."
Yeah, I mean, there was a phase where I was getting a lot of TikToks coming through that were all relating to Nikola Tesla, and I'm thinking, is TikTok listening to me? Because the second we mentioned Tesla, all these videos came up ranging from the life of Nikola Tesla, where he was born, how he was brought up, and all that. Like his dad wanted him to become a minister of the faith, and all of this. He was being pushed into being a priest, and he didn't want to be. He wanted to be a scientist, and so he rejected faith technically. But once he had got to America and he was able to start proceeding with his science, he was coming out with these things that still apparently related to religion and God. And when you look at the Hadron Accelerator and all this, CERN Institute and all of this, like with the Hadron Collider, you know, they're looking for the God particle. Well, why call it the God particle?
Well, funny enough,
it's all about the creation, so they've called it the God particle, and I just think it's all a bit weird.
Well, did they find that in 2012? I remember saying something.
Yeah, they did. It was basically the whole idea was to see whether they could generate mini black holes, and the black holes weren't strong enough to be self-sustaining, so they form and then they die. And of course, when that all started up, everybody was going, "Oh, you're going to destroy the planet. All these black holes are going to start appearing, and everything's going to get sucked in." Well, no, they knew what they were doing.
Yeah,
and they knew full well these black holes that were being generated wouldn't be powerful enough to get any bigger.
And plus, there's many black holes all over this world. So
yeah, they form and they die very quickly because they haven't got enough energy to sustain themselves. So it's all based on scientific theory, and people like Nikola Tesla were the people that set the foundations for all of this work. And if it wasn't for people like him, we wouldn't know what we know.
Well,
but it's
do you know,
how
funny
we
enough,
found out.
do you know, funny enough, when you say about you getting listened to, I'll never forget the fact that we did Titanic, and everywhere on my TikTok. Now, I didn't look up Titanic. I never mentioned it. Didn't put it into TikTok. And every second TikTok was even. I'll tell you what's so ironic, right? See, every second TikTok I'm getting in a. Seriously, I shit you not. Guess who's coming up my TikTok? Putin. Seriously?
I did that. I got that for quite a while. I got all these lives and updates about what was going on in the Ukraine, and I'm like, why am I getting all of this? And then all of a sudden, it just died off completely. There was next to nothing coming up on my TikTok feed, and then every once in a while, I'll get this Greek guy talking about what's going on over there on a live stream, and that's it. And then I get, oh, Putin this and Putin that. Putin had a suspected heart attack and all this. And I'm like, why am I getting all of this? But the stuff I'm getting the most of at the moment is the business with the volcanoes in Iceland.
Oh, I need to look that up. If it's a Big Bang Theory, if they find it might end us with a big bang. I'm saying nothing to Ellen! Merry Christmas!
She's got to take a mum a cup of tea. You know, I mean, this business with the Icelandic volcanoes, everybody was panicking about those. They were like, oh no, it's going to cause travel chaos and all the ash clouds and everything else. And I'm like, if you're actually aware of the news behind what's going on in Iceland at the moment, you would also know that there is not going to be this massive explosion. There's not going to be these 10-kilometer high ash clouds and cause travel chaos, because these things have been these volcanoes have been gradually setting themselves up.
Merry Christmas.
And it was getting quite annoying because everybody was going, oh no, that's going to cause all this and this is all going to go wrong and everything else. And I'm like, no, it's not, because if you listen to what they're saying, there's a corridor. And this was created on previous earthquakes and volcanic activity that they had. And it had created a long line, a long chamber. And the main magna chamber was filling up with lava. This then filtered into this long chamber. And I think they said something like it was 15 kilometers long. And so it was only inevitable that the heat from the lava was going to melt all the rest of the rock and obviously drop it off. And that's what cracked. That with the earthquakes has just made this long line of volcanic activity, and it's all come to the surface. So you're not going to get these massive volcanic ash clouds. But it is amazing that people are actually, you know, they're looking at it and going, yeah, there's nothing to worry about. And they're all walking around. There's people flying drones over it. And one guy melted his drone just getting a really good view over a crater that was bubbling away. And when he got it back, all of the runners on the underneath of his drone had all melted. So he couldn't land the drone properly.
Annie!
Amazing.
Sarah, I was looking forward to that, Wayne. We will get to speak about, obviously, Tesla next year. I will make it in my plans. Right, before we go, guys, I want to make, just because Wayne's in front of me and he's like my reminder. Are you got legs?
Sorry, Santa fell off my roof.
They landed on you.
Like that.
When this coming Sunday, there is going to be a special Spookanori with the lovely down below, and he's got special guests coming along, Mr. Manley.
A special guest.
A special guest. Oh, right.
Yes, unfortunately, Mr. Manley has had to withdraw.
Oh, really?
But I shall be passing by in the background.
Hi, Ellen. That's why she likes to pop on, because she likes me going, hi, Ellen. She steals the show, Wayne. She steals the show. So on Sunday, obviously, join Wayne and the lovely special guest for Spookanori, 10 p.m. Oh. When is the Dark Mirror show on?
The next Dark Mirror won't be until the new year, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think we've given an exact date yet. But it won't be until the new year because obviously everything that's going on over the Christmas festivities.
I'd say it's more than likely going to be the 8th of January because nobody's going to want to do the duck mirror on New Year's Day.
Hell no.
Hell no. Also, if we're taking the oil out of the either, it's like taking the insulin from the core. Instead of Louise says, I'm definitely going to watch, without a doubt. Tomorrow night on Frighteners, we have Brian Baker coming back. Oh, my tablet's away tonight. So we're having Brian Baker on. Next Thursday there will be a show, but it'll be myself talking about the 2004 tsunami. But definitely check in with Book and Ori if you like a wee good night story. Instead of going to Mass on the Christmas Eve, check out his Book and Ori.
Yes,
definitely.
My story has my story for this Christmas Eve was finished last night.
Oh wow!
Oh, I can't wait! I can't wait.
This one is it's called Our Little Visitor.
It went from head to written up in about an hour and a half.
Yeah, took me an hour and a half to write it.
Oh my god!
So I think it's something like 1,700 words.
Wow.
It's really good.
So it's a short story, and I proofread it to Ellen last night, and she likes it. So that'll do me.
Well, I'll definitely be there with bells on. I'll definitely be there. But I want to thank Eric for saving my ass when I was about to sink a wee bit. And I want to thank Wayne. I want to thank all my team for what they do. I mean, without these guys, I wouldn't have a show. I want to thank the viewers. I'll even thank Ellen. I'll thank Ellen for allowing Wayne to do a show.
Giving the spotlight.
Hey, I make you all laugh when you do your shows by popping backwards and forwards and pulling stupid faces for you all.
Of course, that's why I absolutely love having you.
I even sacrificed my cinnamon bun.
Oh,
My cats ate the frosting off the top of my cinnamon bun.
oh, assholes.
Is that Rita in the background laughing at you?
It's got to go in the bin now.
Oh, my love. But please, everyone, have a good Christmas.
You too.
You too, sweetness.
Everybody
I've lost my train of thought because Ellen's knocked me off. See that, Ellen? I'm going to kick her ass. But
love you.
Love you, sweetness. But definitely have a good Christmas, guys. And we will see you. Obviously, you'll not see the guys. But you'll see me next week for sure. So everybody have a good one. Behave. Drink so many for me. Be in another haunted hotel. Oh, Terry Two Billies, you'll need to tell me all about that. Hiya, Siobhan. Oh.
And as it's the holidays, make sure you just loaf around.
In fact, I've got an idea for a show, but I'll tell you when I come off. But everybody have a good time, and we'll see you real soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye.